Liam sat at his desk in the late evening. He watched the empty chair beside him. The chair used to hold Emma, his closest friend. They laughed and talked there for years. That chair was empty. Emma had moved to another country. A deep ache in his heart. He missed her voice, her smile, and her kindness. Each evening he thought about her. He remembered their walks and their dreams. Now he felt a cold distance between them. He longed to feel that closeness again. He tried to call her at first. He waited by the phone. Each ring was a small hope, but no call came. He sent her text messages. Each ping gave him a quick thrill. But days passed without an answer. He stared at the screen. He wondered if she was too busy, worried she had forgotten him. A sad cloud covered his thoughts, yet he could not give up. He loved their friendship too much. He believed their bond was strong. Liam chose to write a letter next. He found old stationery with a photo of 2 birds on a branch. He wrote about school, his new hobby of stargazing, and his worry that Emma might feel alone. He told her how much he missed her laughter. He wrote that he hoped she was kind to herself in her new home. When he finished, he folded the paper carefully and sealed it with red wax he had saved for a special occasion. He felt proud as he dropped it in the mailbox. Days passed, and still there was no reply. Liam felt frustration rise like hot water. He paced his room. He looked at the night sky and wished on every star. He thought about the human spirit. He thought how people across the world can stay connected even with great distance. That gave him hope. He believed that no barrier could stop true friendship. He felt the human drive to reach out and to care. He would not let silence win. At school, he told his teacher he might miss class the next day. His teacher looked at him with kind eyes and asked if he was okay. Told her about Emma. She smiled and said that hope and patience are gifts of humanity. She gave him a simple tip. Try a video message. He had not thought of that. He felt a spark of excitement. He would record a short video. He would show his face and his eyes. He hoped that Emma would feel his hope in her heart. That night, Liam stood in front of his phone. He set up the camera on a small stack of books. He took a deep breath and spoke softly. He told Emma how much he missed her. He showed her a drawing he had made of both of them under a bright sky. He explained his new interest in stars and how it reminded him of their old talks. He spoke about how he believed in their friendship across the miles. Then he pressed send. In the days that followed, Liam watched the screen. He checked his phone every hour. Each time he saw no message, his heart sank a little. But he did not stop. He thought of all humans who wait for news from loved ones. He thought of explorers who cross deserts and seas. He thought of astronauts who traveled to the moon. He knew. The human spirit was brave and patient. He would wait as long as it took. He believed they would reconnect. At last, Liam turned off the lights in his room. He lay on his bed and gazed out the window at the stars. He remembered his video message and felt a warm glow inside. He believed that his words and his drawing could cross the distance. He held the hope that Emma would watch it and smile. Closed his eyes and dreamed of the day when they would laugh together again. In that moment, he felt the true power of human hope and friendship. The next morning, Liam woke early. He felt a new energy in his heart. He set an alarm to check his phone at dawn. He thought of writing more if Emma did not reply. He believed that every small step mattered. With that hope, he stood and walked to his desk, ready to act. In the week that followed, Liam found ideas in everything around him. He wrote poetry under a tree, built a small box to hold their letters, and made a simple device to send messages across time zones. He shared his work with neighbors who encouraged him. Every act gave him strength. He knew that even if Emma was far, the human spirit could bridge any gap. He held on to hope as a treasure more precious than gold. He placed the box and device on his desk like a beacon. Each morning, he greeted them with a silent promise to never let distance divide him from Emma. Liam sat at his desk once more. The soft glow from his small lamp lit the empty chair by his side. The wooden box and small device he had built stood silent. His phone lay on the table, its screen dark and empty of messages. He loved Emma, his best friend. He missed her laugh, her gentle words, her steady presence. He worried she was lonely too, felt a tight ache in his chest, The silence felt heavy. He wanted to reach her across the miles, but he did not know how. The distance felt like a wall he could not climb. Liam needed a fresh idea. He left his room and walked to the small library in his neighborhood. The walls were lined with old books and posters. One bright flyer caught his eye. It read, "Share your story. Letters to friends far away." The flyer wore a picture of two birds crossing a sky. Liam read that the event would gather letters from across the city. It would send them in one bundle to friends and family all over the world. His heart beat faster. He thought this could be his chance. Could write again. He could try one more time. That night, Liam sat by candlelight in the library reading room. He opened his notebook and began to write. Told Emma about the sky. Hear how the moon looked like a silver coin. He described how he placed a ladder against the stars in his dreams, so they could meet again at the top. He wrote about their old talks and how they made him brave. He poured his hope onto the page. When he finished, he folded the letter and tied it with a blue ribbon. He felt a warm glow. He believed this letter could cross the world, hope-filled. His heart. He left the letter in a wooden box by the library desk. A volunteer promised to collect all letters on Friday. Liam thanked the volunteer and slipped out into the night. The moon was high and the air was still. He looked up and whispered, "Please let her find this." He walked home slowly. Each step felt like a promise. He would not give up. He would find a way to reach Emma. The world was big, but he believed small acts of hope could travel any distance. That belief gave him strength for the days to come. Friday came, and Liam returned to the library after school. He saw a stack of letters by the box. His chest tightened. He waited as the volunteer sorted them. Her face looked kind. She handed Liam a single white envelope. His name was written in familiar handwriting. He felt his breath catch in his throat. He held the envelope carefully. He ran home faster than ever. His mind raced with hope and worry. He could not believe it. Had Emma found his letter? Could she have replied so soon? He would open it with gentle hands. At home, Liam sat on his bed. He looked at the envelope and took a slow breath. He looked at the seal and thought of Emma. She must have reached out. He felt a warm glow. His fingers shook as he broke the seal. Inside, he found a note and a small pressed flower. The flower was pale pink, like a memory of spring. Emma's words filled the page. She wrote that she missed him too. She wrote about her new life and her struggles. She thanked him for his letters. She said she would write again soon. Liam felt tears of joy. Liam held the note close to his heart. He smiled as he read her words again. He felt less alone. He felt the bond between them grow stronger than the miles. He understood that distance did not weaken true friendship. He understood that hope and care could cross oceans. In that moment, he felt proud of the human spirit. Humans could face any challenge. They could bridge any gap. He put the letter and the flower in his box. He placed it by his desk like a treasure. He knew he was never truly far from Emma. Their hearts were always close. The next morning, Liam woke with the sun on his face, carried the box to his windowsill, opened it, and touched the flower petal gently. He smiled and whispered thank you. He knew Emma cared. He felt a bright hope light inside him. He believed they would write each other more. He believed they would share new stories. He believed they would meet again under a sky full of stars. He closed his eyes and made a promise. He would keep sending hope, no matter how far the distance. He would never stop. That was the true power of being human. Liam held the pressed flower gently as he looked at Emma's note again. The pale pink petals reminded him of spring days they shared. He placed the flower back into the wooden box on his desk. The box had become a treasure chest of hope. He smiled at the memory of their laughter, yet he still felt the miles between them. He wanted more than letters now, wanted Emma's voice in her face again. Believed that humans could build bridges across any distance. With that thought, he set his mind on a new plan. The next morning, Liam woke early and made a list. He wrote down small gifts that reminded him of his home, chose local candies wrapped in bright paper, picked a tiny wooden bird carved by his neighbor. He added a photograph of the two of them under the old oak tree. At the bottom of the list, he wrote a handwritten note to show my heart. He looked at each item and felt excitement. Humans had long sent care across seas by ship. He believed a simple package could carry his love. After school, Liam biked to the town's little market. He browsed stalls filled with crafts and sweets. He picked the softest marshmallows in a glass jar. He chose a smooth river stone painted with a sun. He asked the shopkeeper to wrap them in paper. The shopkeeper smiled and offered a ribbon. Liam tied the ribbon in a neat bow. Each step felt like hope taking shape. He believed Emma would feel his care through these small things. He felt proud of the human way to give. Back at home, Liam arranged his gifts on his bed. He wrote a new note on fresh stationery. He told Emma about the candies in the stone. He wrote that the marshmallows were sweet, like their old jokes. Said the river stone was steady like their friendship. He signed it, "Your friend Liam," under the same sky. He folded the note and placed it on top of the gifts. He packed them into a small box and sealed it. He whispered to the box, "Carry my hope." Liam knew that the postal service could take weeks. He wanted to speed things up. He climbed to his attic and found the small device he built. It had a clock and a tiny screen. He opened the device and tapped its metal face. A soft glow lit the attic. He placed the box next to the device, connected a message cable, and set it to express. The device hummed once and went silent. He believed that human invention could shrink distances. He felt a thrill of hope. Days passed and Liam kept busy. He planted new flowers outside his window and watered them each morning. He wrote poems about stars and recorded them in his notebook. He showed his poems to neighbors, who praised his words. Each act made his heart stronger. He thought of Emma reading these lines one day. He believed that even in silence, people could share their souls. Human hope could live in poems, flowers, and small inventions. One bright afternoon, Liam heard the doorbell. His heart leaped. He ran and opened the door. The mail carrier handed him a slip. The slip had Emma's handwriting. He read, "Your package arrived. I sent one back to you." He raced to the postal office. Inside, he found a small box tied with golden ribbon. His hand shook as he lifted it. He carried it safely home. He believed that human kindness always returns. He felt joy warm his chest. Liam opened the golden ribbon box on his desk. Inside, he found a jar of foreign candies, a painted shell from Emma's new beach, and a letter. He unrolled the letter carefully. Emma wrote about her first days in her new town. She promised that they would talk by video soon. She thanked him for his gifts and said she felt less lonely. Liam smiled until his face hurt. He felt tears of happiness. He knew that distance could never break true friendship. That evening, Liam set up his laptop for their first video call. He cleaned his desk and lit a small lamp. He placed the wooden bird and pressed flower beside the screen. He wore his favorite sweater. At the set time, the screen flickered, and Emma appeared. Her face glowed with surprise. She waved and smiled. Liam waved back. They spoke in soft voices. They laughed at shared memories. They showed each other their gifts. Liam held the pressed flower to the camera. Emma held the river stone in her hand. In that moment, the miles vanished. Their hearts met again under the same stars. In the bright glow of the screen, Liam felt the true power of hope and the human spirit. Liam woke early on a bright morning after his video call with Emma. He felt a warm glow inside. He looked at the pressed flower and wooden bird on his desk. They reminded him of her kindness and their shared hope. He walked to his small garden where new flowers grew. He touched a budding rose and thought about growth. He believed that small living gifts could carry deep feelings. He decided on a new plan. Liam biked to the local nursery. He chose a young sapling with tender leaves. He bought a simple clay pot. He wrote a small tag that read, "Grow strong like our friendship." Back home, he wrapped the sapling carefully in paper. He added his stargazing poems in a jar. He packed both into a wooden crate. He whispered to the crate, "Carry my heart." Next day, he went to the shipping office. asked for express delivery. The clerk smiled at the unusual gift. Liam felt proud of human creativity. He believed small acts could bridge oceans. That evening he built a paper map of their shared sky. He drew the stars they named together. He used glow paint to mark bright spots, hung the map above his bed. He tested his message device by sending a photo of the map. He set the alarm to match Emma's morning, felt the thrill of invention. He believed technology and hope could unite worlds. Days later, Liam received Emma's photo of the sapling in a pot. She planted it by her window. She wrote that it reminded her of home and their bond. In his room, Liam watched the sky map glow softly. The tag on his desk held her words. He smiled at the thought that their hearts met under the same stars. In that moment, Liam felt the power of being human. He knew hope, friendship, and small acts of care could cross any distance. He believed their spark would grow like the sapling they shared. Liam woke before dawn, his room bathed in pale light. He felt the empty chair again, thought of Emma and the miles between them. Sadness pressed on his heart. He longed to hear her voice once more. He looked at the pressed flower on his desk. He believed human spirit could cross any distance. With hope, he reached for his phone. He opened his messages and saw a new file. He held his breath. His heart raced. The file was a voice note from Emma. He tapped play and heard her soft voice. She spoke about her new city. She described bright markets and tall trees. She laughed with warmth in her words. He felt tears fill his eyes. Sadness mixed with joy. He paused the recording and smiled. He pressed replay to hear it again. He held the phone close. Liam felt inspired in that moment. He decided to record his own voice note. He found his old recorder on the shelf. He pressed record and spoke softly. He told Emma about sunrise here and how he missed her. He described the garden and the flowers. He laughed when he remembered their jokes. He saved the recording carefully. He sent it through the app. He believed human invention could help friends connect. The next day, Liam walked to the local radio club. He had always been curious about ham radio. He met kind members eager to teach him. They showed him a small transmitter. He learned how to send a simple message, programmed it with his voice. Note, he spoke into the microphone with hope. He believed human curiosity could solve big challenges. He sent his message into the air. He smiled at the thought Emma might hear. That evening, Liam sat by his homemade antenna, turned the dial. Slowly, static crackled in his ears. Then he heard a familiar voice. It was Emma, speaking live from afar. She said she found his radio signal. She laughed with delight. He felt his heart leap. Tears of joy blurred his sight. He believed humans never give up on friends. He knew that hope could cross any boundary. Inspired by their success, Liam proposed a joint stargazing night. He messaged Emma with an idea. They would watch the meteor shower together. She agreed with excitement. They set a date and time. He bought fresh blankets and hot cocoa packets. She prepared tea in her kitchen. Both looked to the night sky with hope. They believed that the stars could unite their hearts. On the chosen night, Liam set his telescope by the window. He wrapped himself in a warm sweater, looked at the sky as darkness fell. Soon meteors streaked across the black sky. He spoke softly to Emma on video call. She pointed to a bright streak with her finger. They counted the meteors aloud. They shared happy laughter. He felt as if she was beside him. Hope and friendship filled his room. After the shower, they talked for hours. They shared dreams and future plans. Emma spoke of visiting someday. Liam spoke of building a new app to share messages. They felt closer than ever before. He looked at the plants on his desk. She looked at the sapling by her window. Both knew distance was just space. The human spirit broke through all barriers. They believed any distance could be healed by care. In the days that followed, Liam worked on his app idea. He asked neighbors for help with code. He learned new skills. Helped too, sending tips. They tested the app and sent each other messages instantly. She told him she would visit next summer. Liam felt joy like sunshine. counted the days on his calendar. Each day made him feel hopeful. He believed humans could meet again any time. Liam stood in his garden one morning. He saw the sapling had new leaves. He remembered the first time. He planted it. The plant grew strong like their friendship. He thought of Emma, far away. He felt the same strength in his heart. He smiled at the morning light. He believed hope was stronger than distance. He looked at the sky and whispered, "Soon we will meet." Humans always find a way to connect and care. Liam woke before dawn, his room still dark, except for the soft glow of his laptop. He opened the friendship app he and Emma had built together. Screen lit up with a new message. "Good morning, Liam. Testing your latest update." His heart fluttered. Felt joy that their work now linked them every day. He typed back, "It works. Your message came through." He smiled as Emma's words appeared instantly. He thought of how far apart they were, yet how close they felt. Humans could bend distance with code and care. That idea gave him hope and pride in the human spirit. Liam saved the message and closed the laptop. Today was the town's science fair. He had reserved a small table to showcase their app. He packed his backpack with his laptop, a printed poster, and sticky notes for visitors. He believed people would see how technology and hope could bind friends across oceans. At the fairgrounds, Liam arranged his table among shining models and experiments. Other students showed robots and solar gadgets. He felt a moment of nerves, but he breathed deeply and thought of Emma's cheer when he called her last night. That memory was stronger than fear. Visitors stopped by. A curious neighbor clicked through the app on Liam's laptop. She typed a quick note and watched it appear on his screen. Liam explained how Emma and he used it to share messages, photos, and drawings each day. People nodded and smiled. A teacher said, "This is the true power of human invention." Then Liam pressed a button on his poster board. A video call flickered to life. Emma's face appeared in a small window. She waved and laughed, her hair catching the morning sun. The crowd leaned in as Emma spoke about her new school and her love for their app. Liam's chest warmed. They gave a live demo. Liam typed a message. Emma read it and replied in seconds. They showed how friends anywhere could share voice notes or poems. A group of younger kids clapped and asked to try. Liam helped them set up accounts and taught them to send a drawing. The children giggled as their art flew across the network. The judge approached, impressed by the simplicity and meaning of the project. He handed Liam a ribbon that read Best Community Project. Liam felt tears in his eyes. He accepted the ribbon on behalf of both himself and Emma. He thought of her grace in every line of code, her hope in every message. After the fair, neighbors asked how they could download the app. Liam promised he would share it online. He wrote a note on his poster, built by two friends under the same sky. He added a small drawing of a star. He felt proud of the human desire to connect and to care. That evening, Liam and Emma had a long video call. They talked about expanding the app to help families share stories. They planned to add a map feature so friends could pin their hometowns. Each new idea felt like a promise across the miles. As Liam closed his laptop, he looked out the window at the bright stars. He thought of Emma gazing at the same sky. He believed humans could build bridges from heart to heart. He held the ribbon on his desk and whispered, "We did it." In that moment, he felt the true strength of hope and of all humanity. Liam woke to an empty room once more. The green light on his device pulsed gently, but there were no new messages from Emma. I felt a hollow ache in his chest. Even their strong app could not fill the space beside him. He missed her laughter and the sound of her voice in the same room. He longed to walk beside her under the old oak tree. He believed that humans could find a way through any barrier, but he did not yet know how to cross this one. He pressed his hands to his face and closed his eyes, searching for hope. He moved to his desk and unfolded a large world map. He traced the route from his town to hers with his finger. He studied the lines of highways, trains, and flight paths. He read about ticket prices and travel times. Each number made his heart beat faster. Travel seemed possible but expensive, he thought. Of the savings he needed, he thought of the help he would need from others. He believed the human spirit could rally his neighbors to help. He whispered to the map, "We will find a way." At school the next morning, Liam spoke with his teacher during lunch. He explained how he wanted to visit Emma, but did not know how to afford the trip. His teacher looked at him kindly and said, "Why not ask your community? Humans shine when they work together." She suggested a fundraiser at the weekend market. Liam's heart lifted, thought of parents, friends, and neighbors joining hands. He believed they would share his hope. With a new plan, he felt courage rise inside him. Liam went home and made flyers for a hope fair. He wrote in bold letters, "Help Liam visit Emma join our fundraiser." He asked friends to bake cookies, classmates to make crafts, and local artists to lend paintings. He arranged for a small stage so children could sing. He believed that people would give what they could. He placed boxes around town for donations. He felt energy in every step. He believed the human drive to help would fill every box. He smiled at the thought of his neighbors coming together. On Saturday morning, Liam and his friends set up tables at the market square. The scent of fresh bread and sweet cakes filled the air. Musicians played gentle tunes on a small stage. Families wandered and stopped to ask about his trip. Liam spoke with simple words and honest hope. Some people gave coins, others gave cakes to sell. Children drew pictures of Liam and Emma reunited. Each gift felt like a stone in a bridge being built. By afternoon, the donation box was nearly full. Liam felt tears of joy. Humanity's kindness shone bright. With the funds secured, Liam booked a bus and plane ticket that afternoon. He wrote an excited note to Emma, "I'm coming soon." He pressed send and watched the little paper plane icon fly across the network. He packed his bag with care, a photo of them under the oak tree, the pressed flower, his stargazing map, and a small gift of local candies. He closed his bag and stood tall. He believed that humans could turn hope into action. He felt proud of every person who helped him on this journey. The day of departure arrived. Liam rode the bus at dawn, watching the sunrise through the window. He felt homesick and excited. At the airport, he showed his ticket and found his seat. The plane lifted gently into the sky. Below him, patchwork fields and rivers drifted away. He held the photo in his hand and whispered, "See you soon." Ow. He believed the miles would vanish under human will. He closed his eyes and dreamed of the moment when he would step into Emma's world. Several hours later, Liam stepped off the shuttle in Emma's town. His heart raced as he followed the familiar flagstone path to the oak tree in the park. He saw her there, holding his box of candies and smiling. She waved and ran forward. Liam ran too, and they met in the middle. They hugged under the tree. Laughing and crying at once, the distance between them disappeared. In that embrace, Liam felt the true power of human hope and friendship. He believed that any distance, no matter how great, could be bridged by care, courage, and a community's kindness. Liam woke to the soft hum of his laptop. Last night's science fair was still bright in his mind. The judges had praised his friendship app. Emma had joined him live from across the world, yet as he sat at his desk, he still felt a gentle ache. Their app brought them closer, but he still missed being with Emma face to face. He believed in the human spirit to solve hard problems. He would find a new way to feel near her. He opened the app and saw a message from Emma. "Let's make something new together." Her words glowed on the screen. Liam's heart filled with hope. He typed back, "What do you have in mind?" She answered, "A worldwide friendship day online. We can invite families everywhere to share stories." Liam smiled. He thought of how humans could unite across oceans. This was his chance to build a bridge of hope for many people, and for him and Emma. Liam spent the morning planning, created a simple page in their app called Friendship Festival. He added a button for families to record a short story or greeting. He wrote instructions in clear, simple language. Share a word, a song, a drawing show, someone you care. He believed humans love to help and to connect. He sent the draft to Emma for feedback. She replied quickly with ideas. Add a map so people see all voices light up. Together they coded the map feature late into the afternoon. Liam tested the festival page with his neighbors. He knocked on their doors and asked them to record greetings. An elderly woman spoke about her childhood friend. A young child sang a song. A teacher told a funny story about class pets. Liam watched their voices appear as dots on the map. Each dot made him feel closer to Emma. He believed that every small voice mattered, and that human kindness could circle the globe. The next day, Liam and Emma announced the Friendship Festival on social media. They posted simple instructions with cheerful pictures. They asked schools to join and families to share. Soon, messages flowed in. Liam saw voices from distant towns and from places with languages he did not know. He watched the map fill with color. Each new dot felt like a heartbeat of humanity reaching out. He felt tears of joy. As the festival grew, Liam organized a live video event. He invited Emma and a few special guests, the neighbors who had shared stories, and a teacher friend. He sent out invites in multiple languages. Families gathered in their homes with laptops or phones. At the set time, Liam started the live stream. He greeted everyone with a warm smile. Emma's face appeared beside him. Their voices blended across the screen. They played recordings from the map. The elderly woman spoke about the power of long friendships. The child's song lifted everyone's heart. A student from a far country drew a picture of two hands reaching across the world. Liam felt proud of human creativity. He noticed viewers typing kind words in the chat. People from many places said they felt less alone. Liam realized that when people care, distance loses its power. After the live event, Liam and Emma read messages from families. One teacher wrote, "My class felt connected to the world." A grandparent wrote, "I felt young again hearing stories from children." Liam's heart brimmed with warmth. He believed that small acts of care could change the world. He and Emma had built more than an app, they had built hope. That night, Liam stood on his balcony under the stars. He thought of Emma in her town doing the same. He whispered, "We did this together." He felt less distant. He knew the human spirit was strong and kind. He remembered how they started, with letters, then videos, then radio, then their app. Each step had brought them closer. Liam opened the app's map one last time before sleep. He saw hundreds of dots shining faintly. Each dot was a voice reaching out across land and sea. He closed his eyes and dreamed of Emma's next visit. He believed that soon they would meet again in person. Distance was only a challenge to overcome. With hope, creativity, and human care, any gap could be closed. In that moment, Liam felt the true power of humanity to connect, to hope, and to bring hearts together, no matter how far apart they may be. Liam sat at his desk one afternoon, staring at the empty message window in their app. After the big friendship festival, messages had poured in for days, then everything went quiet. Emma's last note was a simple good luck with exams. Now months passed with no new words. Liam felt the same ache he had felt before. He missed her laughter and her gentle voice. He wondered if she was too busy, or if she had forgotten him. Sadness settled in his chest. He believed that humans could bridge any distance, but right now he did not know how to reach Emma again. At school, Liam tried to keep busy with classes and clubs. During lunch, he saw friends chatting over music and sports. He smiled at their jokes, but in his mind, he replayed Emma's last words. He typed a new message on his phone and then erased it. He thought, "What can I say to break the silence?" He closed his eyes and took a deep breath. He remembered how he found ideas by looking at the night sky. That thought gave him a small spark of hope. After class, he biked to the park where they once met under the oak tree. The sun was low and the air was cool. He sat on their favorite bench and looked at the path where Emma used to walk. He thought of telling her about the new app updates and the games he built, but he hesitated. He was not sure if she cared to hear, felt a tight knot of worry. Then he looked at a fallen leaf on the ground and picked it up. The leaf was still bright green. He remembered their promise to keep growing no matter the season. That evening, Liam went home with the leaf in his pocket. He laid it on his desk beside his laptop. He opened a new document and wrote a... Liam woke to an empty room once more. The soft morning light fell on his desk. where the time capsule and the little game sat side by side. He felt the ache of distance, but also the spark of hope. After so many ways to reach Emma, he wondered, what new idea might bring them closer? He believed that human creativity and care could bridge any gap. With that belief, he set out on a fresh plan. He remembered seeing a simple tutorial about virtual reality on a science site. He dug out his old smartphone and a pair of cardboard lenses. He studied the instructions and cut and folded the cardboard into a viewer. He taped the lenses in place and slipped his phone into the slot. The device looked crude, but it glowed. With possibility, he thought of Emma holding the same viewer in her new home. He believed humans could turn simple tools into magic. That afternoon, Liam recorded a 360-degree video of their old oak tree. He walked around it slowly, capturing its strong trunk and low branches. He spoke softly into the lens, saying, "Emma, if you wear this, we can meet again under our tree." When he finished, he uploaded the video to a share link and sent it to Emma inside their friendship app. He tapped send and watched until the little paper plane icon flew away. He felt his heart lift. Emma replied that evening with a message, "I'll try it." The next day, Liam received a photo of her wearing cardboard lenses with a bright smile. He felt a rush of joy. He set up his viewer on his desk and put on his own. The screen inside glowed, and he found himself standing under the oak tree once more. The leaves rustled in a gentle breeze. He spoke aloud. "Emma, can you see me?" A soft voice answered from his headphones. "I see you, Liam." They both laughed. In that virtual moment, the miles vanished. They walked around the tree, pointing at old carvings they once made. They shared stories and jokes as if they stood side by side. When the video lagged and froze for a second, they both sighed, then laughed at the glitch. Liam believed that, even in moments of trouble, human patience and humor could overcome. He spoke to Emma. "Next time, I'll invent a better viewer," she replied, "and I'll learn to code it." Inspired by their success, Liam opened a new project in their app. He and Emma built a simple digital art gallery where friends could upload pictures and short messages. He chose a layout of colored tiles that flipped when clicked. He wrote clear instructions. Click to see art and hear a greeting from a friend. He believed that humans love to share beauty and kindness. He added a tile of his oak tree video and another of Emma's seaside photos soon. Classmates and neighbors added their own art and notes. A teacher uploaded a poem, a sibling drew a cartoon, and a baker shared a recipe. Each tile shone with color and care. Liam watched the gallery fill and felt pride in the human spirit's will to connect. He and Emma invited their families who joined from different countries. The gallery hummed with friendly voices and bright images. He believed this was proof. Hope could travel in pixels as well as letters to celebrate. Liam and Emma organized an online opening. They set a date and shared it in the app. That evening, they led visitors through the gallery, clicking each tile and reading messages aloud. People from many places waved and clapped on video. Liam saw faces of all ages united by simple art and words, felt tears of happiness. He believed that when people care, a small project can grow into a circle of hope after the event. Liam received a message from Emma. "Thank you for bringing me home again." He typed back, "We are always under the same sky." We paused, then added, "I hope we can meet in real life soon." Emma replied, "Me too. Let's plan." Liam felt his chest expand with hope. He believed humans could turn dreams into plans and plans into reality. That night, Liam sat by his window and looked at the stars. He thought of Emma doing the same in her part of the world. He held the cardboard viewer in one hand and his phone. In the other, he smiled, knowing that their bond lived in every new idea they tried. Distance was still there, but it felt smaller than ever. He whispered to the sky, "Soon." And in his heart, he carried the true power of humanity, never ending. Hope to connect, to create, and to care.